Wildfires are devastating more than just our forests and communities. They are reshaping our real estate market in ways that we've never seen before. In 2024 alone, over 8.8 million acres burned across 61,000 fires. For homeowners and buyers in fire-prone areas, the impacts are staggering. Let's break down how wildfires are affecting real estate, insurance, and your ability to own or sell a home. When private insurers pull out of high-risk markets, homeowners are left with one last resort option: FAIR plans. These state-mandated programs provide coverage for properties that cannot secure traditional insurance, but these plans come with a catch. FAIR plans are expensive, cover less, and are only meant to be temporary. Yet they are becoming the default for thousands of Californians. Since 2019, demand for FAIR plans has skyrocketed by 164%. And in some areas like Los Angeles County, they cover nearly a quarter of homes. Here's the problem: you cannot get a mortgage without obtaining insurance. And even if you can get a policy, premiums are climbing by as much as 40% in low-risk areas and up to 100% in wildfire zones. On top of that, FAIR plans cap coverage at $3 million for natural disasters. And we can see, especially in Los Angeles County, that doesn't cover much. For example, say you owned a $2 million home. You could be paying up to $10,000 annually, and it wouldn't even cover your cost for a remodel. These rising costs are forcing some buyers out of the market entirely. Experts estimate that lack of insurance has killed 13% of deals in California this year. The insurance crisis isn't just a California problem. Nationwide, almost 45% of homes face severe risks from natural disasters, with nearly $22 trillion of residential real estate at stake. Insurance companies are adapting by raising rates, cutting coverage, or in some cases, leaving markets entirely. In some areas of California, insurers like Allstate, State Farm, and Farmers have stopped issuing new policies altogether. This has pushed nearly 500,000 policyholders into FAIR plans, which, by the way, don't have enough funds to cover projected wildfire losses. Analysts say that if FAIR plans run out of money, private insurers will pass along the cost to homeowners, adding up to, in some cases, up to $3,700 in surcharges. To protect homeowners, California has issued a one-year moratorium on policy cancellations in fire-prone areas. But is that enough? Advocates warn that without long-term solutions, the crisis will only deepen. And with new rules allowing insurers to factor in climate change when setting rates, experts predict even steeper premiums ahead. The big question is, how do we provide sustainable solutions for homeowners without pricing them out of the market? If you're buying or selling properties in fire-prone areas, here's what you need to know. Expect higher insurance costs. Plan for premiums that could significantly impact your budget. Check your coverage limits. Make sure that your policy covers your home's full replacement value, especially if you're relying on a FAIR plan. Factor in insurance availability into your investment decisions. Buyer hesitancy is reducing home values in high-risk zones. Finally, keep an eye on local regulations. New policies could either help and protect homeowners or make the situation worse. Here are some of the most wildfire-safe areas in the U.S. to consider for investment, based on climate data, geography, and historical wildfire patterns. The first place I would consider is the northeastern United States: Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. These states have a humid climate, dense forests with a high moisture level, and a relatively low wildfire risk. Ideal markets are Burlington, Vermont, and Portland, Maine. Why invest here? They have affordable housing markets, growing ecotourism, and a strong quality of life. The second place I would take a look at is in the Midwest, specifically the Great Lakes region. You want to look at Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. The surrounding bodies of water and humid climate make wildfire risks significantly lower. Ideal areas for you to look at are Ann Arbor, Michigan, Madison, Wisconsin, and Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. Why would you invest here? Strong job markets, relatively stable real estate prices, and thriving communities. The next area I'd like you to look at, although carefully, would be the Pacific Northwest, specifically the coastal regions of Western Washington and Oregon. Coastal cities like Seattle, Washington, and Portland, Oregon have milder climates and are generally wetter compared to the more inland parts of the state. Why would you invest here? We've got tech-driven economies, high rental demand, and consistent growth. The next place we'd want to look at is the upper Midwest and plains of North and South Dakota. These states have minimal wildfire activity due to their lower vegetation density and moisture levels. Ideal areas are Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Fargo, North Dakota. Why invest? Low cost of living, steady population growth, and emerging industries. The last markets for you to consider are New York and Pennsylvania. These states have low wildfire risk due to their temperate climate and lack of extended dry periods. Ideal markets would be Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Albany, New York. Why invest? Urban revitalization projects and strong education sectors. Wildfires are reshaping how we think about homeownership, risk, and real estate investment. It's a tough challenge, but with the right knowledge and planning, you can navigate this changing landscape. If you have any thoughts or opinions about this video or anything that you'd like to share, including areas that you're thinking of investing in, or if you have thought about climate change as a decision-making factor in what markets you choose to invest in, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. So let me know, have the California wildfires changed the way you think about what markets you're choosing to invest in? Is climate change a factor that you're considering? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. My heart goes out to all the victims of the Los Angeles wildfires. I'm including some links to some areas where you can donate and support the victims in the description of this video below.